Adam, you've watched and played in many World Cup games before. What was it like watching the Senegal game with your teammates?
It's good fun, yeah, really good fun. We rented out the bar, I think, and had a nice area. And the management staff came down and sat with us all. Obviously, they're adopted English fans because of Italy's absence. But great fun, great performance in the end, and you know, such a professional performance and result.
Scorer of the first goal, Jordan Henderson, someone you know really well. I know you've been in touch with him in the camp. How did you feel when probably your best mate in football scored that first goal?
Yeah, it was. The lads give me a little bit of stick with. Obviously, I go on about him quite a bit. So when the goal went in, I was up off my seat. I think I give Steely a high five, who's a northern lad from where he's from, with Sunderland, being an ex-Sunderland player. I had a little bit of adrenaline in my system, I think, so it took me a couple of hours to get to sleep. Even at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was tossing and turning.
A bit like being a player after
a
night
bit,
game.
Yeah. I mean, when I seen it at the back of the net, I suppose I had a feeling that was similar to when you score yourself. Not as drastic, not as big, but yeah, it gave me a lot of excitement. And he's only just come back into the team. Didn't play the first couple of games. He's
not the captain, but he seems to me, you can confirm this, I'm sure, that he's a real leader of the group, in the group there.
Yeah, I've spoke about it a little bit the last week, and about his leadership's probably his super strength, what he does better than anyone, in my opinion. And I suppose it's summarised now by how well decorated he is as Liverpool captain. Little bromance with Jude Bellingham that's going on. I'm not so sure I quite like that, but that's incredible to see. Him rolling the ball across for him yesterday and how they celebrated together. That shows real connection. That's what you want in a team. That connection, that energy. Different pockets within the team, different friendships that are created. Is that extra percent at times.
I guess at the start of the World Cup, not many of England fans would have had the midfield three of Rice, Bellingham and Henderson, but how do they complement each other?
I think Jude would have looked up to Jordan as soon as he came into the England camp. He would have seen how he lived his life day to day, how he trained, his training levels. I think the three in midfield at the minute, you've just got three in the middle of the park that can do everything. They can run, they can tackle, they can do the horrible side, they can play. And if one of them's not fit or whatever, Mason Mount's there that follows instruction well, slightly different. But them three at the minute is it's going to be hard for Gareth to change that, the way they all complement each other.
When you were 19, were you as good as Jude Bellingham?
Listen, I've never and never will be half the player he is. The fact that he's 19 and what he's achieving, how he's behaving, the leadership skills he possesses as at 19. When we've got a few 19, 18-year-olds out here with us, and for them to be watching Jude at 19, he's just stratospheres ahead of anyone else I've ever seen at that age.
What other teams have impressed you so far in the World Cup?
I've watched a couple of Morocco's games. They've looked good. Japan. That doesn't surprise me with being around Kourou. French are solid. It's almost a final, isn't it? The England game, the next game, the quarter-final. It could be a final. So I think we're all going to be in for a treat.
And it's good to see Brighton with 8 players at the World Cup. I know there are obviously a few of their tournament is finished now, but a tremendous achievement and a statement by the club. Isn't it?
Huge achievement. I think if you look at all the clubs and how many players have gone away, I think we're right up there. I was speaking to someone at Liverpool and they've got 8 or 9 away, so similar to us. So that's obviously we've probably not got the strength in depth, so we'll be missing them a little bit more. But it's important that the lads get their rest after the World Cup, that they have a week, 2 weeks off, because it'll be exhausting for them. The pressure, the disappointment. But a club like Brighton, we're probably under a little bit more pressure to get them back because games come thick and fast. Obviously we've got Charlton in a competition that we want to go all the way in. So we want our best players back, and but we want them as fresh as possible. So it's important that they rest now, rest their minds, rest their bodies, and Roberto will know how to handle them. But he'll want them back as quickly as possible, but as fresh as possible.
How's this been for you as a player who's been in the game for a long time? This mid-season break, has it been a good thing? Have you enjoyed it? Has it been an opportunity to recharge the batteries, or have you felt, I want to play, I want to get after a couple of weeks I've had enough of sitting around?
I think it's been a perfect time to get away for 6-7 days. If not, you end up spending 3-4 weeks without a games programme back at base in Brighton, so it's been perfect. And obviously with Roberto and his staff not being here too long, it's been great to see them in a social side, away from football, watching the matches together. There's plenty of paddle tennis going on, bits of golf. He's extremely relaxed, trust the boys, and when you've got a relation like that, it's good because trust grows, respect grows, and we can take that into the second half of the campaign.